Week 3 of the NFL was action-packed with down-to-the-wire matchups that left fans on the edge of their seats. Or couches, because there's no fans in the seats. We saw our first tied game from the Eagles and the Bengals yesterday. Meanwhile, Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen lit up the Los Angeles Rams, but not everyone got to enjoy such entertaining games. Both New York teams were pummeled and lost by a combined 58 points.
So Will Brinson is here to walk us through all of the action. Will is a senior NFL writer for CBS Sports. He also hosts the new Pick 6 podcast for CBS Sports HQ. All right, dude. Let's start with the Chicago Bears. They made a decision to bench their quarterback, Mitch Trubisky, and put in backup QB Nick Foles. How'd that decision pay off? And is Foles the answer the Bears have been looking for this season?
Apparently, because the Bears fans are up in my menchies this morning, reminding me
Nice.
that I picked against them.
Menchies.
And that I was thrashing the Bears going into this week. I don't even think I was wrong. They looked fraudulent. They were losing to the Falcons, and then they yanked Mitchell Trubisky for Nick Foles, who, as everyone knows, replaced Carson Wentz in 2017 and won a Super Bowl after Wentz went down with an ACL tear. So this is a great spot for Nick Foles. You know, he knows the system because he played under Doug Peterson, and Matt Nagy is also one of Andy Reid's proteges. So it's not difficult for him to grasp the concepts. It asks him to be accurate, it asks him to play within the construct of the offense. And look, unfortunately for the Falcons, Nick Foles helped them Falcon out, because this is the first time in NFL history, I believe, that a team has lost a 15-point lead in back-to-back weeks in the fourth quarter. That is a tough spot for Dan Quinn. But for the Bears, yeah, this has to be, even though Matt Nagy didn't commit to it, this has to be a permanent thing going forward. They brought in Nick Foles to challenge Trubisky. Trubisky hasn't been good enough. They've squeaked by in their early games. And now I think they go with Foles full time.
All right, so the Arizona Cardinals were handed their first loss of the season by the Detroit Lions. What's going on with the quarterback?
Yeah, Kyler Murray, you gotta win the games to be considered an MVP candidate, but he's right there in the mix. I think Russell Wilson, Josh Allen, who you mentioned, probably at the top. But Kyler Murray has been outstanding through the first 3 games of the season for Arizona. Made some mistakes yesterday, threw some bad interceptions, and disappointing to see against a questionable Lions defense. But, man, you watch him. This guy on his feet is the most exciting player in football. He's up there with Lamar Jackson right now. He had a touchdown run in the red zone where I don't even know how to explain it. It's like he has like a time stopper or some sort of like ability to pause the earth and to juke everybody else. He broke a cornerback's ankles near the goal line, and Murray is just playing some exceptional football right now. He'll have a few growing pains, but this team is constructed to be a dangerous offensive team. I think they'll be that moving forward, albeit with some bumps in the road, like the one against Detroit yesterday.
Next time he decides to pause the earth, I hope he gives us a heads up, because I want to jump off. All right, we got to talk about the Seattle Seahawks and the Cowboys. What were some takeaways from that game?
Oh man, yeah, seriously, Kyler, if you've got that function, man, can't you fast forward to 2021 or 2022 or something like that? Get us out of here. The Cowboys and the Seahawks played an incredible game, over 60 points combined. Russell Wilson was his typical MVP self. The phrase that they use in Seattle is "let Russ cook." And they have been, the Seahawks, typically conservative in their approach, have allowed Russell Wilson into the kitchen. They've weaponized him with all the pots and pans and the spatulas, and they are cutting him loose. They are throwing play-action vertical shots on first down and second down. That's something that analytics tells us is beneficial, because play-action tricks the defense into creeping up. It allows you to go over the top. And Russell Wilson is the best deep ball passer in the National Football League. And he has DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, 2 great vertical weapons. He went up top to him early. The Cowboys can't defend anybody. Neither can Seattle, by the way. But yeah, this is a great shootout, an epic game in the afternoon slate, and just further proof that if the Seahawks really do allow Russell Wilson to cut loose on offense throughout the course of the season, they are going to absolutely be there at the end of the year when it comes time to try and win the Super Bowl.
All right, Packers, Saints. We've got the battle of 2 veterans, if you will. How's Drew Brees looking? He's, 41 now?
Yeah, Drew Brees is he's up there, and he is not. We're talking about deep ball passers. Look, last night was not a great night for the Drew Brees' arm strength is fine crowd, because there were multiple times I felt like where Drew Brees decided not to take the vertical shot and decided not to throw down the field and instead to check down to Alvin Kamara or somebody underneath. Now, he did have a great touchdown at the end of the half to Emmanuel Sanders. He's a Hall of Fame quarterback. He's a superstar, and he can still throw the ball down the field. But I think without Michael Thomas there, the last 2 weeks, the Saints offense has been a lot less comfortable. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ball, Aaron Rodgers, holy cow. The Packers, we talk about play action. The Packers went 13-17 with 100, or Rodgers went 13-17 with 160 passing yards, and all 3 of his touchdowns on play action yesterday, according to Ben Fennell of the NFL Network. This is a team that they have designed this offense so the running plays, just like the 49ers did in Matt LaFleur's a Kyle Shanahan. He comes from that coaching tree. They want the running game to look identical to the passing game, so teams aren't sure what they're getting until they actually see the ball in Rodgers' hands. And when he rolls out and can throw it deep, again, he's up there with Russell Wilson as one of the best deep ball passers. He's deadly accurate, and he has this renewed sense of vigor since they drafted a quarterback in the first round. The Packers offense looks legitimate. It looks like it's here to stay, and we should have concerns about the Saints moving forward. They just haven't clicked. I think they'll get it going, but it's been a disappointing start for New Orleans.
There was something that was really cool yesterday. Will, history was made in the NFL by women. It was the first time in a game that women coaches on both the sidelines and officiating the game participated. So what does this mean for the future of the NFL? I hope it's more to come.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a fantastic situation when you have female coaches in there. I mean, I think if you went back, certainly 10, 15, I mean, obviously anything past that 20 years, you're just not the idea, the construct of a female on each side of the ball, for each one of those teams playing an important role in coaching, and then having, Sarah Thomas, of course, on the field. I think it is a testament to them, too, that, while we're talking about it as history, it's not something that in the moment you notice, right? I mean, they fit in seamlessly. They do an excellent job. Sarah Thomas has been killing it on the field for years now. She's an outstanding official. And certainly you hope that the NFL continues to expand that. Credit, by the way, to the coaches, the head coaches and the GMs and the people in charge of those teams who have opened up those opportunities to get those females into those positions and allow them to succeed as well.
Yeah, definitely. Tonight's game, Ravens versus the Chiefs, very highly anticipated game. What can we expect?
Yeah, this is going to be a fun one. This is Patrick Mahomes versus Lamar Jackson. The last 2 MVPs, the total is set at 54, I believe. So they're expecting plenty of points. One thing that we've seen in this pandemic-shortened offseason for the NFL is a lot of scoring. Defenses are just behind right now, and it's because you can't practice tackling in the offseason. And teams that are consistent year over year in terms of having a quarterback, an offensive coordinator, the offensive line, the head coach, those consistencies have allowed those teams with those consistencies, their offenses have been much better than other teams. And guess what we got tonight? 2 teams that fit the bill across the board in the Chiefs and the Ravens. I would expect that you see these guys know what's at stake here. I mean, they realize they're going head-to-head on a very big primetime stage. Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes are both going to want to show up and show out. I think we'll see tons of points. I think we'll see tons of deep shots. And hopefully we get an epic finish between 2 awesome teams, probably the 2 best teams in football.
Will Brinson, always great to talk to you on a Monday, my friend. Thank you so very much. We appreciate it.
Anytime, guys. See you next week.
Yep.